What? That's the thing when you come to a Crankworx course, because everything is different.
I feel like the social norm is too.
Why are we not riding, Elof?
We were actually supposed to ride, and we are at the BMX track. I don't know, you were gonna do a video from here, but all of a sudden, when we arrive here, it starts to snow.
Yeah.
And rain.
Heavy rain, heavy snow. So we're not gonna ride today, or maybe soon, because we're waiting for the sun. But meanwhile, we're just gonna do a small talk about Crankworx and why Elof is not in Crankworx right now.
Yeah.
It's weird because you guys have been asking in the comments like, why is not Elof riding Crankworx? He's doing insane tricks, and I agree. Why are you not riding Crankworx, Elof?
I think it's actually a long story.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, and it's not like one answer to it, I would say. But if I need to put it in a short way, it's because I haven't been consistently riding throughout the years. Like, since I started riding the bike, I haven't been keeping up my riding till today. I've been having like longer periods of breaks, and that resulted in me not being as consistent as the Crankworx riders, like yourself, that has been like more on the bike for the entire period since you started, pretty much.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, we have been riding pretty much the same amount of years, but not the same amount of time, because you were riding a lot until 2012, I think. Then you...
Yeah, then I had a break for like 3 months, pretty much. Up until that point, I was super focused only on riding bikes, and I actually got some really good results by then as well, because all my mind power was on to riding, pretty much. So I remember we went to Vienna, and like I placed, I think, 7th in 2013, maybe.
Yeah, in the finals as well. You got some prize money. You were like in the top field.
Yeah, and the top field was pretty much the top field in the world at that point. So I was like putting so much energy into riding only, and that just shows like how much it means to put the energy, like both the mental and the physical energy, into one place if you really want to achieve something within your craft or whatever you do.
Yeah, true. And also at that time, when you were placing 7th in Vienna, I didn't even pre-qualify into the event.
Yeah.
I didn't put that much time into the bike back then, or I did, but I didn't over the time before.
Yeah.
And you did that time.
I did, like crazy. I put so many hours in, like every week. I remember going after school, pretty much like it was soccer practice.
Yeah.
I would do it like in a structured way, even though I was pretty young back then, I remember. But just like, so many hours. And I guess that's the way.
Yeah, that's how we need to do it. Yeah. And I feel like when people are done with school, they start to work, and then usually people take a lot of time off the bike and put it on work. And then if you want to follow your dreams to become a professional rider, you need to decide where to put your energy.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are, okay, I'm gonna choose work because my parents tell me that I need to have a job, and that's true for sure.
Yeah.
But also you can work smart instead of like do something you don't want to do.
As soon as you like go out of school, I feel like the social norm is to get your own place, make a living, and if you didn't make a living up until that point and became super good at something during the time you were in school, the odds are they go pretty downwards once you get out of school. As you said, like people are, I don't know, I can just speak for myself in that way, actually.
True. So after school you started to work, and then you didn't put that much time on the bike.
Yeah.
And that's why you didn't progress in the same pace as I did back then, because I was putting more time on the bike.
Yeah. Yeah, you stayed consistent, I think, after school as well.
Yeah, actually, I was really fortunate to be able to live at home with my parents, and I didn't need to pay rent because they have been supportive as long as I follow the rules and don't do like stupid stuff. So as long as I ride, stay focused, they support me with... I get to stay at home free, and I'm so grateful for that. I think otherwise it's harder for sure, but you could like there is a lot of possibilities today. You can like stay in a bigger group in a house, or actually what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna buy a camper van, and that's super cheap to live in and super good if you're a rider and want to travel, to have somewhere to stay. And also you can focus on what you want to do the most instead of focusing on getting money for rent. And I think that's a big breakthrough you need to focus on, just to be able to spend your time on the bike.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I feel like today, actually, it's so insane because now we're in a lot of videos, you're riding way better now than you have ever done before.
Yeah.
And you put way more time into it now.
And it's so funny because when you put more time into something, you get better at it.
Yeah.
It's just like mind-blowing.
You can't really stress it to become a better rider, because that's when you go over your comfort zone too much and crash and injure yourself. And that's like a good pullback for you. Like if you injure yourself, you're probably pushing too hard, and like it can happen anytime for sure. Like that's not the thing. Like everyone can crash all the time, but still, that's a good sign to like take a step back, work more on the fundamentals, and also just be patient.
Yeah.
It's gonna work out in the end.
I just gotta say something funny when you say this, because I remember up until 2013 when I got injured a few times for sure, but after 2013 when I took longer breaks in between riding, but still wanted to progress as fast as I did when I a lot of hours every week on the bike. And that just resulted in me getting injured way more than before, because I didn't put in the time to do the fundamentals long enough.
I remember like when we went to competitions, you were pushing it so hard.
Yeah.
But you did some super good runs like at Rocky there, but then like after you wanted to push it even more all the time. Like it can work out for a while, but not forever. Yeah.
Yeah, because the fundamentals aren't there.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like what's your position? Do you want to ride Crankworx now, or like what's your goals?
I want to ride Crankworx now, actually. Last year I started a bike show business because I want to spend more time on my bike and still earn money some way, because I don't have sponsors that pay me for riding and stuff. And so I started a bike show business. Unfortunately this year it's kind of on hold, as with all the contests and stuff as well, because of Corona. But I want to ride Crankworx. And now I spend more time than ever on my bike as well. And so yeah, but I'm looking at it on a longer time frame this time. I'm not like, if I don't ride Crankworx next year, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I ride it in 2 years or 3 years or like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can actually see that on your riding now. You're really putting in the effort to make the fundamentals good. Like you're working on the basics a lot, and I can see that all your tricks looks way smoother now. And I think that's a takeaway for you guys also. Like, do the trick until it feels easy. Don't try to do like 360 tuck under when you just learn tuck unders. Yeah. Like all it does is that it will hide the risk of injuries, and also it won't look that good. Yeah. Like you need to put the time in.
For sure. Like I've done triple tail whips since forever.
Yeah.
But I am scared even today when I do triple tails, because I didn't do the fundamentals until now. I'm starting to like do them in the foam pit again. Just to like learn them properly.
And you you do a lot of double whips now as well, so you get to the
But the fundamentals is key.
So now your plan is to get super dialed on all the tricks, feel comfortable on your bike, work on your mindset, or what's the?
I just want to, or like maybe not even see it as work on the mindset, just like don't care about the mindset and just like do, like not think that I actually need to put anything into the mindset. Just like go to contest day whenever contest starts going again, and just feel like I don't need to practice my mindset because I've put the time in with the tricks. So I just ride now and have fun and do what I do every day.
Yeah. Then you get real confident when you put the work in, and you just know you can do it. There's no doubt about it. Yeah,
for sure. So what's your like, because you have had a crazy, like since you did your first. Was it Innsbruck? Was it your first Crankworx event?
Yeah. Like actually the first Crankworx I rode was a bit like a wake-up call for me, because everything was so big. Yeah. And that's where also I understand once again that you need to put more time into the fundamentals. Because when you ride the big stuff, it's hard to do your tricks that you do on your home spot on the Crankworx course. Like it's a totally different game.
it's slow motion because it's so much bigger, I guess.
Yeah, I guess every one of you has been like, oh, I'm killing it at my home spot, and then you go somewhere else and you can't do a single trick because the radiuses are the other dimensions, and like the jumps are longer, shorter, whatever. Like I'm sure everyone has been through that. That's the thing when you come to a Crankworx course, because everything is different, not just one jump, everything, and that's the craziest part. And it's so important for us to put more time into the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And that's actually why we're at the racetrack today, to just take a step back to work on your bike skills, just the easy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's still raining. For those who doesn't know how to get into Crankworx, you need to either get a wild card from a lower ranked event in the FMB World Tour, or you could earn some points by placing podiums in like gold events or higher ranked competitions. So that's the way. And yeah, you're gonna compete now when Corona is over and like work your way up there.
Yeah.
And either way,
gold events pretty much.
Yeah, either way, if you get a wild card or if you get in with points, either way it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, now just keeping on working on the fundamentals, and like my opinion of it is that you put or you're taking the right way this time. You're like, yeah, taking the stairs, as we call it, not the elevator.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're so dialed on your bike, and I'm super stoked, and I'm so happy that we push each other to become better riders. And
for sure.
Yeah, we'll be so sick to see in the Crankworx course later.
Yeah, I'm stoked together.
I have one question for you.
Yeah?
Why do you have your seatbelt on?
Well, you know, you gotta stay safe.
So you're just gonna keep it off. Okay, the sun is out. We took a quick break from the talk. Elof is here. We're gonna work on our fundamentals, as we're talking about. Like, even though we're doing cork 7s, double backflips, flip double whips, we need to come here to the racetrack and work on our manuals, just to stay comfortable on the bike.
Yeah, the bike control.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. Let's go. Okay, we start to get warmed up, and this is usually what we start with here, doing some manuals. Elof Lind. Oh! Yes. Okay, I'm gonna ask you now.
Yeah.
How important is it to ride the racetrack for your fundamentals?
Dude, I don't even know if I can answer that. Like, the importance is huge, I would say. Like, since I started, and I would say a mixture of racetrack and skate park.
Yeah.
It's crazy for your overall control.
I really agree. That's why we're doing some manuals here, and also just try to go fast, try to race, just feel where your bike is so you can pump. I'm gonna be honest and say that I didn't do this a lot while I started to ride. I started to do it lately, and when I started to get control on the racetrack, then my results started to get better on the tour as well. So that's super important. Let's do a manual.
Yeah. There it is. Oh yeah. Bam. Yeah.
Oh, actually weird that was first try, because on the warm-up you did it first try. I failed like 3 times in a row, but now it worked. Also, this small jib stuff is so important for your overall bike control if you're a slopestyle rider. Yo! Yes! I guess that's also super important to just do the small jib stuff.
Yeah, because you learn like the small movements more.
Yeah. It's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna do some small stuff as well.
Yeah? Let's see what you have for us.
Yeah, just a 360 out from the roller, and then I just continue with a manual to bar there.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
No! Yeah! Yeah. Cheers.
Nice.
Okay, we got some really stoked kids here at the racetrack, and they wanna do a huge train.
Train going down.
Okej, vi kör ett jättestort tåg allihopa då. Jag åker ner dit och filmar. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, here we go. Elof is leading the pack.
Yeah!
Yo! Yeah! Nice. Yeah. Okay, that's it for now. We're just gonna ride, have some fun, and back to the car.
It's a pretty interesting question why our life looks pretty different in the competition scene.
Yeah.
No, so we just talk about that.
Yeah, true.
And yeah.
Do you got something else, Elof, you want to add?
Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe. And also, you do some YouTube now as well.
Yeah, I do actually. I film with my phone from now. I'm learning it day by day, but yeah, check it out.
Yeah, check it out. I will link it in the description as well, so you can check Elof's channel out. And yeah, I hope you got some value out of this one. And if you have any more questions, let me know. Some people really enjoy listening about the mindset that we have on our bike. So yeah, this one is for you guys. So subscribe, like, see you later.